Good morning. On these penny stocks, you really have to get in early. When this thing's already up 50%, and that's tough. Unless there's a press release. If there's a really nice press release on it, then I would say 50% is probably not that risky. But you can see this stock spent the majority of its life yesterday in the 12-cent range with no notable interest on it at all. So this is definitely one of those stocks where you're going to look at it and go, if you were lucky enough to get in when it first jumped at 7 o'clock this morning and jump in around 15, 16 cents, wrote it up, you did pretty well. That was a smart thing. But jumping in right now would be, it could pay off. It really could pay off, but I wouldn't take the risk. All right, see G-Wave pulling back. Good morning, MJ. Good morning. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. And good morning, TikTok. Good to have you guys with us this morning. The Wolf Pack has been trading for about 45 minutes now. Not a lot going on. G-Wave, if you're lucky enough to catch that one yesterday in after hours trading, you've done pretty well on that one so far. ASTI, nice little climb right at 7 o'clock this morning. That one had a nice little run up to 24 cents. But I don't see anything great happening with that one this morning, but I could be wrong on that. Evero, good morning. Good morning, Sheila. Bagman, good morning. Zcar. Zcar had a nice run up this morning. And with any luck, you guys caught some of that. That's up 118% right now. That one got called out this morning on Discord very, very early. Gosh, when did that get called out? That was called out. Let me look here. Zcar got called out with the Wolf Pack this morning around 5:25 a.m. 5:25 a.m. That thing started moving, and hopefully you guys were trading early and able to catch that. So that was a great call out by the Wolf Pack. Kim, good morning. ISPC, nice run up in after hours last night. Managed to get itself up to what, 68 cents, 69 cents, 69 and a half. That was a nice run in after hours. ONMD. We called out ONMD. They had a press release this morning. It came out right at about 7 o'clock, about 34 minutes ago. So right at 7 o'clock, ONMD put out a little press release, and the stock climbed from 49 cents to 83 cents. So a nice, real nice run. Not quite 100%, but it was getting close. It's back to 69.9 right now. We just hit 80 a few minutes back. So hopefully you guys caught that one as well. Sam, good morning. Scott, couldn't make trades on Zcar too early. Yeah, I would recommend Definitely recommend getting on like a Webull account so you can trade at 4 a.m. I know that's pretty early. S. Barfield. There you go. See if that link works for you. ONMD. We've got ONMD here on our screen. Let's see if we can get that pushed back up to 80 cents. So S. Barfield, pull that link up that I just posted there for you and see if that takes you over there. John, good morning. Juan, good morning. What are your thoughts on ALLR? NVIDIA pulling back just a little bit. Well, ALLR, I wish it had more volume than it does. It's only got 221,000 on the volume. And for a 60-cent stock, that's not very many shares. It's not a lot of money. So I'd like to see a little bit more volume on that. Honestly, I think if we can get volume on that stock and the volume pours in, I think it will climb back up to where it was at in after hours yesterday in that 70, 75 cent range. But it's going to take some volume to do it. It's had a nice uptrend all day yesterday. It popped from about 55 cents or so to 65. So it had about a 10-cent climb yesterday. And then it climbed up another 10 cents in after hours. So we'll just have to wait and see, if that trend continues. But I will say that if it doesn't get any more volume than what it's getting right now, if it's not going to get any more attention, we're not going to see another 10-cent climb on it. You got it's invalid. Let me try it again. Try that one. Let's see if that one works any better. If that one doesn't work, send me an email and remind me who you are, that you're on the live stream, and I'll send you a link through email, and see if that changes things for you. All right, let's take a look, see what other press releases we've got here. SNGX. Stockholders to vote for a reverse stock split on SNGX. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but you never know. Probably will. AGEN, Healthcare Conference, and one more here, APGE, participate in a conference. Okay, so that doesn't help us at all. Jonathan, good morning. All right. And the reason I say remind me who you are, because I get a lot of emails from just random people wanting that link. All right. Let's see. GameStop. Silver Fox, good morning. Let's take a look at GME here. Let's see what. Let me pull it up here. Where are we at here on volume? AMC. AMC is really still showing some pretty decent strength. Um, GameStop, is it over? It might pop $1. For it to go from 21 to $22, I'd say, yeah, sure. It definitely could do that. But is it over in the sense that it's going to go back to $80 or $100 like it did a few days back? Yeah, I don't think so. I think I said that back when it was $80. I said that that's as high as it's going to go, and it's on its way down, and it did. But yeah, it could go back to $22 pretty easily today during regular trading hours. Could do that here in pre-market, but I wouldn't expect it to have any massive short squeeze kind of runs. Like I said several days ago when it peaked, they're not going to let that happen again. ONMD pushing back up to 75, 76. Let's get it back up over. What's the float? Let's check the float. For those of you on the website, this is what they're saying for ONMD. 9.8 on Yahoo. Finviz has got it at 20. Wall Street's got it at 1.4. And Dilution Tracker's got it at 11. So take your pick. It's all over the place. So I really don't know exactly what it is. One of those is probably right. There's our 80 on ONMD. 82 we just smacked. Scotland, good morning. Good morning, Dusty. Thank you for joining us. There's XPO. Oh, hang on just a moment. Got another press release here. Solid foundation update. Okay, nothing there. ONMD pulling back just a little bit. Why is Zcar moving? Just FOMO, retail traders. It's just retail traders doing what retail traders do in pre-market. Everybody, a couple of people jump into it, push the price up a little bit. Other people see the price going up, so they think, maybe this is a penny that's going to run, so they jump into it. That, of course, jumps the price up a little bit, and it's kind of a domino effect. Once people see it starting to move, everybody starts jumping into it and causing it to go up even higher. And the higher it goes, the more it excites people. And the retail just pushes them up. And that's why you see a lot of these little cheap penny stocks like Zcar. They push up beautifully in early morning trading, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. And they get pumped up, but you'll notice them slowly falling right back down again to where they started at. That early morning trading can be very profitable if your platform allows you to trade that early. But yeah, I don't see GameStop going anywhere. ONMD pushing back again. 80 and a half. We just hit 81 and a half. This we might get this up over $1. There's a rumor G-Wave is going to be bought out at $1.30. Well, that would be nice. What is it again? ONMD? You know, that's one of the risky things about trading in pre-market. Early morning pre-market is, especially if you're catching them late and you're trying to chase it up, that's very, very dangerous. You have to be so quick and have your eyes on a lot of the early pre-market runners, because you have to catch those things when they're just starting out, when they're just starting to take off, when they're still only up 10, 15, 20%. That's when you got to catch those things. If you're catching those cheap pennies, and I'm talking about like 12-cent stocks, 25-cent stocks, if you're catching those and they're already up 70, 80, 100%, it's really risky. That's very, very risky. And you need to catch those when they're only up 10 or 15%. So the question becomes, how do you do that? Well, you've got to have all of them in front of you. You've got to have some kind of a watch list, some kind of a scanner that you have all of those 12, 15, 20, 30-cent stocks in front of you where you can monitor them real early and watch and see which ones are getting hyped and which ones are starting to take off, and then get into them quick. There's really no other way to do it. NVIDIA back 117. How many of you caught NVIDIA yesterday on the dip? I asked this earlier this morning. Yesterday and after hours, when the earnings report came out, it dipped right away and dropped down to the 960s, the low 960s. And I asked everybody who was taking that beautiful dip buy opportunity and jumping in low. And quite a few people did actually jump in at that 960, 970 range. And they're sitting pretty good on it this morning so far. So that turned out to be a really nice dip buy opportunity and a really great time to buy in. You'd be up 30 or 40 bucks on that thing already this morning. S&D Home Goods got in at 960. Good deal. Alex, OMND from 67 to 80. Nice. ONMD, we just hit 82.5. Let's see if we can keep it going. Byron had it the day before at 954. Scott, that is my plan as well. I'm going to wait till after the split. What I'm counting on, and I hope it happens, after the split on NVIDIA, which I believe it resumes trading on June 10th, if I'm right. after the split. I'm going to see if it dips. After the split, when they resume trading, I want to see if that thing dips down a little bit and then buy in on the dip and then ride it for long term. Let it go there and see how high it goes back up again. So ONMD, we just hit 90 cents. We're looking for $1 on this one. Still looking for $1. Urban, good evening. Let's see, we hit just over 90 cents. Sean, ONMD from 68 cents to 88 cents. Nice scalp. Joseph, West Virginia, good morning. And thank you very much. You know, that's one state I have never been in, West Virginia. I'm going to have to make a point of doing that. Definitely need to do that. We just hit 93.3. Urban, I've got 4 people already on there as moderators. But if somebody drops off of that, absolutely. 96.5, looking for $1 on ONMD. How many of you got in this morning on the news at 50 cents? We are up 90% right now. $95.6, $96.7, $97, $98. Will it break $1? Will it break $1 for us? Holy cow. 99.5. We are up 103%. There's $1. It smacked $1. Will it break it? Oh, there's a bunch for sale at $1. I have a feeling there's going to be some folks wanting to dump at an even $1. But we know that $1 spot is a psychological price point for a lot of people. So if it breaks $1, it could get very, very interesting very quickly. There's $1. Now get through all those shares. We got 24,000 shares at $1. Having trouble, man. It can't break through all those shares at $1. There's so many for sale. Everybody's trying to get rid of them at $1. I don't know if it's going to run today when the market opens, but I know it's run absolutely beautifully for us here in pre-market. The news came out right at 7 o'clock, and we read off the news on our live stream at 7. And it went sideways for about 4 minutes. It really didn't do anything. Right after the press release came out, it really didn't go anywhere. It just kind of went sideways. And all of a sudden, it just took off, and it has just been going crazy ever since. So we just hit $1.04. Let's see if we can get it over $1 and stay there. And I do hope you guys caught that at 7 o'clock. Okay, Custer, we are looking at ONMD. O-N, N is in Nancy, M-D. They put out a press release this morning at 7 o'clock, and the stock's been running pretty good. Getting a lot of volume, looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty darn good. Urban, 10 p.m. here. Wow. Well, good evening to you. Well, we're definitely going to keep an eye on it throughout the rest of pre-market here and see what it does, so we know whether or not we need to hold that going into open. But like all stocks, it's probably going to dip at open. So if this turns out to be a stock that you might be interested in, you might want to wait until the market opens and wait for it to dip, because it's probably going to dip. And it could dip back down to 75 cents real easy and give you a much better entry. Down the pit, which one? Right now we're talking about ONMD. ONMD. Our community read off this press release this morning at 7 o'clock, and it's performing just beautifully. It's up 99%. Hopefully we get it back up over $1 here. 98.3, 99. Come on, babe, push up. 99.26. We might get it back over $1 again. Come on. What do we got for sale at $1 again? Dollar looks pretty thin right now. Hopefully nobody will dump a bunch of shares in there at $1 when it hits $1. But right now, $1 is pretty thin. It doesn't get thick again until about $1.02, and even that is not a lot. But after that, currently in the system, nothing really holding that back after $1.02. We just got to get past that psychological price point of $1. It'd be a nice gain for all of our community for sure. How do you see what people are selling for? We use level 2. I wish you could see the screen, but level 2 shows us what people are buying and selling for. Let me, Stacy, I'm going to do this just for you. I'm going to pull this out. Hang on just a minute. My apologies for all the wackiness here. Let me flip this camera around. So this is level 2. You can see the bid price. We've got the ask price over here. We got the bid price over here, and we can see the actual orders that are coming in right here. This is the order board, the order book, and we can see the actual orders coming in. So we know just by watching this and knowing what the current bid price is, we can tell whether or not people are buying at the bid price or if they're buying into the ask price. And now we can see the orders starting to come in. They're going up. So that gives us a real quick clue on what the price action currently is. So hopefully that helped a little bit. My apologies. I hope you're not getting seasick watching this. But I wanted to make sure you could see that. All right, let's take a look at our 8 o'clock. MICS announces strategic alternatives. MICS bounced up a little bit on that news. PII, P3 Partners Inc. announces approximately $42 million private placement. This is on PIII. PIII. It's company's called P3 Health Partners. Take a look at that one. ONMD up to 106 now. Letter P and then 3 I's. PIII. Take a look at it. It dipped back down. It went from 54 cents to 89 cents on that press release. And now it's back to 66. But go take a look at it. Reading through the press releases, we'll give you these 8 o'clock press releases. And remember, for some of the newer traders, don't pay any attention to those candles. You're going to see a lot of wild fluctuations in the candles right at 8 o'clock. Big spikes up and down. Don't pay any attention to that. Focus on the actual bid price and the ask price. Don't look at the candles. Let's see. ONTF. Going through the press releases here. ONMD is having a hell of a time staying above $1. It's getting knocked down pretty quick. Let's see, what is NVIDIA doing? It's all over the place. All right, so let's go back here. ONMD fell back down to 97, 96. Managed to get up to $1.05. G-Wave still trying. Z-Car still trying. Agri, AMC coming down. GME pulling back. So we got a lot of pullback going on here. So big profit on ONMD this morning. Over 100% run on that. Laser. Hola. Let's see. G-Wave pushing back. Z-Car pushing up again. ONMD is fighting. It is fighting. There's a battle going on here between buyers and sellers. Let's hope this thing holds up. All right. Well, hopefully you guys are going to catch some good runners this morning. PIII is down to 63. Let me read off that press release for you again. P3 Partners, Health Partners, announces approximately $42 million private placement. The transaction is expected to result in gross proceeds of $42.2 million, approximately $20 million of gross proceeds from the purchase by affiliates of CPF. So we got a little bit of dilution here, apparently. Company will issue 67 million shares at a price of $62.7. It's at 62 right now. Private placement is subject to certain conditions. Excuse me. All right. Well, you guys have a great morning. Looks like G-Wave is trying to push back up at 12.3. ASTI not doing anything. Z-Car still trying. ONMD back up over $1 again. Let's see if we can get it up over 105. So hopefully you guys are having a great morning of trading, and we are going to log off right now and go back to the website. If you'd like to join us and continue with the live stream on these call outs, you're more than welcome to join us. Just go to the website, wolfpackcommunity.com. wolfpackcommunity.com. Subscribe to the live trading, and we'd be very honored to have you join us. Until then, let's continue watching ONMD, and I'm going to watch PIII here. I'm going to continue watching this. I like this 61 cent level, 60 to 61. So I'm going to keep my eye on it from this 60 cent spot and see what happens with it. See if it starts getting a little love and attention from the rest of the market. ONMD now at 112, 110, 111. ONMD, we are up 126% on that call out. Very nice. All right, you guys have a beautiful morning. and I will see you bright and early again tomorrow morning at 7:30 on TikTok and YouTube. I will do a 4 o'clock after hours live stream as well today, and we'll see if we can catch some after hours runners. So at 4 o'clock Eastern time, I'll come back on again, and maybe we can catch a few press releases in after hours that we can jump on quick and make some cash in after hours. So until then, you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you all this afternoon at 4 o'clock.